A very good afternoon to you, all viewers. Once again, it's a very good privilege to have you all on show, on the Messiv show, right on Home TV. As I promised earlier on, I have a special guest with me, in which I'm going to get her to introduce herself to you very soon. I hope you're all enjoying this afternoon wherever you are. I just send you a warm greetings from the Messiv show. Before we start the program, I just want to recommend our host, which is World Media Production. They specialize in photography services, wedding coverages. If you are doing wedding or christening and you need someone to host it, please do not hesitate to contact them. They again, World Media Production, and their number is 0744 8889 You can watch the program live on Home TV page and on Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. We're going on a commercial break and then we will start the program shortly. Thank you so much. Stay on board.
We are so baby no for kana so man hwa wo de bo pay man wo na kan hu say wo di otu abro so wo ton yem ensa anya dwuma no enidi ITS Pro Center me de me fan 80s Pro ayese say bia ya tete nkrofo ye ma SIA license na betimi de ewura security na wo de akopa adwuma wo hwe se de na nkofo adwuma sai na wonya adwuma ba bia me kan fama wo aye ITS Pro Center what any betimi amount na onsa ka certificate enti adati na esa wo tena na aka chem se wonya adwuma ye ITS Pro Training Center no anya SIA nkwa na ye o ye CSCS card so account no CSCS card no no just one day training pep na wo wie so a unsa besa account health and safety certificate so and what why dey e di hwankrofo agira we omo wie omo training omo akwakwo sha adwuma se wo site e di me no gana fo mo ti wo ye den and na ya what me kan bo mo dia na frey our sound numbers we so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944 Bomadiana Free ya ITS Pro Training Center address enti am fa wo se wo yo ba wo so betimi awura construction na security enti wo de afrayen na ye ka wo kasa ye sa te wo kasa nso training center we na sa hwe training center we tu ya wo sa be ka certificate na wo de ko yi adwuma we are so baby no for kana so man hwa wo de bo pay man wo na kan hu say wo di otu abro so wo ton yem ensa anya dwuma no enidi ITS Pro Center me de me fan 80s Pro ayese say bia ya tete nkrofo ye ma SIA license na betimi de ewura security na wo de akopa adwuma wo hwe se de na nkofo adwuma sai na wonya adwuma ba bia me kan fama wo aye ITS Pro Center what any betimi amount na onsa ka certificate enti adati na esa wo tena na aka chem se wonya adwuma ye ITS Pro Training Center no anya SIA nkwa na ye o ye CSCS card so account no CSCS card so no just one day training pep na wo wie so a onsa besa account health and safety certificate so enti what why dey enti hwankrofo agira we omo wie omo training omo akwakwo sha adwuma se wo site enti me no gana fo mo ti wo ye den enne ya what me kan bo mo dia na frey our sound numbers we so 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944 bo mo dia na frey ne ya ITS Pro Training Center address enti am fa wo se wo yo ba.
Okay, viewers, thank you very much for still staying with Home TV. We are very privileged to have you all on board. As I said, I've got a special guest here with me. She is an author, an award-winning author, a healer, and someone who can really help you in terms of setting needs, in terms of writing books, having knowledge on how to do things about spiritual world. So we are very privileged to have her on board with us, and I'm going to get her to introduce herself. Once again, I'm your host. My name is Messiv, and also I've got a gentleman here with us who is a co-host, and he is going to introduce himself as well. So please, it's going to be an exciting show don't change the dial and stay right with Home TV on Mercy Visual. Thank you so much. Okay, my darling. I want to get you to introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners. Your name, what you do, and why you're on the show.
First of all, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah.
My name is TANYA HADZHIEVA. I'm an award-winning author, healer, and also spiritual leadership public speaker.
Yeah.
I've been in the spiritual world for 11 years now. It's very much on my heart. My mission here is to speak light, be light, and share light as we're all transcending into the golden age right now. I'm a big believer of the law of one. I'm originally from Bulgaria. I've been living in the UK here for 5 years. And I'm very passionate about writing books, speaking about spirituality, and healing.
Oh, that's amazing. When you talk about, you said something as being spiritualism, what does it really mean? What does it entail?
So spirituality for me is finding that you have the inner power and also understanding that the church is within you and you can take it wherever you go. It's not only, I just want to help people understand that we don't need to go somewhere in a physical space, but we can go within and dive deep and look within ourselves, because we have all the answers that we need. And just to be spiritual for me, it's to be aware. Like awareness is what I'm after, like aware about the environment, what we do, the actions that we do, and you know what we eat, how we interact with people. It's just bringing this love light vibration into the world to raise the energy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And then how many books have you written so far?
I've only written this one so far, Ruby Rose and the Crystal Palace, which I published 2020, but I already have an idea for a second one. So I can't say exactly when it's going to come up, but I'll leave this as a mystery for now.
As a mystery. So when did you have the passion to start writing books?
Well, the first wave when we were all on lockdown, you know, I had this vision, and it was actually waking me at night. I would wake up during like 2, 3 in the morning and have all these like downloads, because I was channeling the book. I wasn't writing it, so it was like spirit was like telling me, you need to write this right now. And I found out that instead of just like writing notes, because if I would just let it be and then wake up next morning, it would be gone. So I had to like buy a recorder, wake up in the middle of the night and just record whatever I just had in my mind, and then just stop the recorder and type it in the morning, so it's like fresh. So this happened. Actually, I wrote the book and I published it in 3 months altogether, like 3 months. Every day writing. Well, we weren't doing anything else. If you remember.
Exactly. Writing is a very daunting task, because as a songwriter, even the little pages that you write, you feel it because it has to make sense.
It has to make sense.
And it has to, I mean, flow. You can't just stand up and write a book. But it's amazing for you to do that within 3 months. But what really pushed you to say, oh, I've seen this vision and I want to do it?
I think I was just very emotional during that time, because I was laid off of work. I was working for a PR company that I really put my heart and soul into it. And, you know, I was laid off of work. I had a heart broken, you know, from a relationship. And then, you know, we were all on lockdown. I couldn't see family, and I was literally stuck in one room. And all these emotions were like bubbling.
Pushing you up.
Me. So they were kind of inspiring me. I need to turn all this pain into gain and into something beautiful. Because we all have a story.
We all do have a story.
We do.
And what are the impartation of your book? What is the reason why you are writing the book itself? Like
the reason for writing Ruby Rose and the Crystal Palace is to inspire young women and young men, because it's for young adults, just to believe more into themselves, find that inner power within, and just we all can change this world for the better. It's just to remember that we don't need to be divided. The world, you know, because of religion or anything else. And the reason why it says 2 worlds, 2 countries, and 2 religions and 1 solution, which love is the solution.
Love is the solution.
You know, everything, it's being united through love. So I wrote that because if I found that through my own journey, because the book actually is, it's my life into a story. Instead of writing an autobiography, I decided to turn it into romantic fantasy.
Oh my God, so it's a romantic fantasy. Yes. Oh my God. That's so exciting. Yeah. Okay, viewers, I'm going to get my co-host to introduce himself very soon because he's also got a question to ask. I'm going to get him to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Carl Quist. I'm a journalism student and I'm very grateful to be here with you guys today. So thank you for having me.
Okay. He is a journalism student and then he's co-hosting with me. He is Carl. Okay, Carl, have you got any question to ask Tanya?
Yes, I do. What was the reason that made you target your audience to be younger viewers? As you said, younger women and younger men. What was the reason?
Reason being is, as we see that the energy is shifting to the golden age, I don't think young people have that support. I still think that society is still functioning on the 3D matrix that no longer functions. So all these young people coming to the world, you know, they all want to do their thing and they want to have all these experiences, but they don't necessarily have the right support, the right people to talk to. You know, I've spoken so many times about the spirituality in my ayahuasca journey and many other things, and you have no idea how many young people have come to me. It's like, oh, I've always wanted to speak to someone like you, but I always felt alone in that journey. So I wanted through the book to kind of reveal my story and to make them feel they're not alone on this journey and that there is help out there, there is resonance, and there is love for them.
Yeah, I think that's amazing because as a young man myself, I can relate to that. It's like young people don't really feel supported. It's more like you're thrown in to do it yourself. So
exactly,
I think that's a
exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Christy Agahom, very good afternoon to you. She said, great discussion. Tanya, I want to base on your healing side of what you do. Can you enlighten us more about when you talk about you're a healer? We want to know, is it a hospital you've set up? Is it is it somewhere that we just come spiritual healing, or just give us more details?
Well, first of all, I want to say why I moved into alternative medicine, because I think it's very important. I was going to study to be a doctor. Like in high school, I was pushing myself to study chemistry and biology all the time. Yeah. And it happened just before graduation. My grandmother passed away, to who I've dedicated the book as well. And I realized that it was like kind of like doctor's mistake as well. So I lost that faith within me that I want to be a doctor, because I realized, do they really help people in this case? Do they really pay attention to people, or just about clients like a business? So I completely shifted and I went to study linguistics. And then after that, on my journey to America, 2013, I saw this big Buddha statue in one of the museums, Boston museums, and my spirituality started onward. So I started reading all the spiritual books until I stumbled upon the book called Heal Yourself, Heal Others from Dr. Eric Pearl, who I met in person later on, and I got all my trainings with him in Spain. So I got certified there with a lot of other people, because I always felt something in my hands, but I didn't really know what that energy is. I wasn't that much aware. The reason I love reconnective healing is because you can do distant healing, or you can do it in like one-to-one session, and it feels the same. Because we have so much barriers in our mind, and when we were doing the training, we were put in different rooms, and we had to imagine holographically how the person looks like, and we were doing the healing holographically, and he would feel it in the other room, and the cameras will show it. So he was trying to get into our mind to break all these blocks that we need to be there physically to help someone, because that's not the case.
Oh, so is it more into spiritual than physical, is it?
Well, it helps on many levels, because what I would like to highlight here is the reason why you have a physical illness, or I would say you're not in alignment is
Yeah.
because something first happened on a soul level or on an emotional level. If you have an emotional trauma or a mental block somewhere, it will manifest somewhere within the physical body. So the thing that you do is also heal it by doing it first on the spiritual level and then manifest as a healing on the physical.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's all connected.
That is amazing. Viewers, I hope you're getting a lot from this. Whatever happens in the physical realm, there might have been something that has triggered inside you in your mind, which really makes sense. So I hope we are gaining a lot from this show. Once again, this is Mercy V's show on home TV. You know, this is a TV station that will bring you the finest. We educate. We give us what we give out what we have. So we believe that it's good that you guys take an advantage of it, learn something from what we bring to you. Tanya, I'm very privileged to have you on the show as well. And as we dip deeper, Carl, do you have any question to ask?
I wanted to know more about the healing process when you were learning. Like, how long did it take, and what were the benefits and the challenges that you went through?
Of course, I tried to do the healing first of the trauma of the loss that I was grieving for a long time, and I tried with everything like crystals. I've tried with any other sort of other technique out there. Hence, I learned so much. But with the reconnective healing, I found that it was getting me closer to kind of release that trauma, and just once you actually release it, then you feel it like out of the body. It's not actually manifested as trauma. You feel lighter. The challenges that I have faced is, especially when I first arrived in the UK, and I would say that I do reconnective healing, everyone was looking at me like I'm from a different planet.
What kind of healing?
Yes, exactly. I don't think the 3D matrix was catching up as much as the metaphysical part of the energy. So that can sometimes be a block. But I am a firm believer that whoever needs my help will find me. You know, when the teacher is ready, the student appear, and when they're ready, I appear. It's always works on synchronicity.
Yeah, exactly. You are a woman of many talents. Oh, an author, which is a massive responsibility, and being a healer. Oh my God! And on top of it, a motivational speaker. How do you do that? What is your motivation? What is it? What is the secret?
The secret is changing the world.
So you got a big load on your shoulder there.
I do, yes. But I think we're all responsible. I think we should start looking more into ourselves, into finding the responsibilities for things that come into our life, instead of blaming others or blaming other even governments or whatever, you name it. It's just starting from the responsibility within ourselves, what we can do to change the world. Because if we just sit on this chair and we just talk about it for 20 years, nothing will actually change. But slowly, we are making the steps to lay that foundation for the golden age, where the kids will come and they will be already in the 5th dimension, where they will have all the knowledge, actually the ancient knowledge of the universal laws, which have been manipulated and kind of even deleted from everywhere. So people don't even understand that the universal laws are the one that govern this planet. Yeah,
and okay, Victoria, very good afternoon to you. As we're progressing, I just want to find out, I know you have a luncheon coming up. Yeah, a book. Is it the Ruby Rose that you're coming to launch? Can you tell us a bit more about the launch?
Of course. So I would like to personally invite everyone who's listening to us or later on the show. I will be hosting a book launch on the 3rd of July, which is very, very soon. It will be in Chelsea Creperie, and we're going to be enjoying like Sunday Fun Day. We'll be discussing spiritual stuff. If you are also interested in writing a book, I'll be sharing ideas how to write your book in 3 months. Of my secrets, how I did it. Because it can be overwhelming if you're just starting, because I started from scratch. I didn't know anything about writing a book.
Yeah, because you are from the medical side, isn't it? And
well,
then you just...
I worked in PR as well, but I haven't personally wrote a book. I was co-writing, but not having my own personal book. starting from scratch can be quite overwhelming. So we'll be sharing that on the event as well, or any other spiritual questions that you may have. I'm happy to help. So it will be from 4 p.m. to 6 in the Chelsea Creperie, and I'm looking forward to see you there.
Where is that? Where is it?
Chelsea Creperie, it's in Chelsea, literally next to the Chelsea football team.
Okay, we will put the address on at the end of the show, and then we'll put it on the website as well. Whoever wants to come. Tanya, people might be watching and said, "Oh, we're speaking to this healer, and we want to know some of her achievements. What have you got to offer us in terms of what you have achieved, what you have done?" What you have been proud of saying, this is what I've done as a healer, or as a motivational speaker, or as a writer, this is what I've been able to do. So can you tell us any of your achievements?
Of course. First of all, the biggest achievement is healing myself. And healing myself from the traumas that I've been carrying, and understanding the traumas, why they were there. Because what we need to understand is the shadows that we all carry need to come into but they can only be shed the light once we understand what the shadow is trying to teach us. And this is something I personally experienced during my ayahuasca journey. And for those of you who don't know what ayahuasca is, it's actually a plant medicine that usually comes from the Amazon. It's a vine that gets brewed, and then it helps you for your pineal gland, third eye to open up, and you're basically meeting things that you always try to shove under the cupboard somewhere that you don't want to look at. They come up because they need your attention. They will scream for your attention, because we go through life and we think we can numb ourselves, but that doesn't work. Like, you will need to face these fears later in life. So this was the first achievement that I can say, just overcoming this so I can be of greater service. Because if you're gonna carry all this within you, you know, you have to help others who are in that position.
Yeah, I like the way you said your greatest achievements is how you healed yourself, because you can't love someone without loving yourself. You can't care for someone without caring for yourself. So it's a great start. But I'm very curious here. I just want to know, in terms of your healing, do you use medicinal, herbal? How do you go about it?
Well, I only work with the energy field of the aura, like the energy of the person.
Yeah.
Of course, it can be combined with some herbs or any crystals that I can recommend, but it's not needed. I don't do crazy rituals before that. None of this. As I said, I'm a believer of the law of one. So I just let spirit do its work. Because I'm actually not the one doing the work. I'm just a messenger. Yeah.
So do you take the person through all the stages, and are you in contact with your clients?
Yes. So the way that it works is, let's say that it's a physical session. So someone comes to me, they lay on a massage table, and I just go around the body and I just feel the energy field, and what I do is help them to get back into balance within their aura. I don't touch the body. It's not like a hands-on. It's completely hands-off. Some people say, oh, I feel like I'm on a cloud and I'm just like in somewhere else. I'm not even sitting on the bed or laying on the bed. Some people see colors. Some people smell different smells they've never ever had in their life. So the reason why when I start the session, I do not mention what the expectation will be, because they're very personal. Depends on the level of consciousness that you are. Yeah, that's good. Nana Wusu, he says, well done, Mercy, you do keep it up. Thank you, Nana Wusu. And I've got Nana Kwame. I just want to say a very good afternoon to you guys again. Good afternoon.
And thank you for staying tuned with us. Without you, there is no show, so we are very grateful. Yeah. Carl, any question?
I want to know how you would encourage people watching to take part in healing. Like, how would you bring them towards you?
The question Carl asked is how you encourage, I think your mic is down, so how you encourage people to
come to me? Yeah. First of all, I would encourage more and more young people to start learning about spirituality, understanding your energy field, understanding what impacts you. Start listening to your emotions. For example, how does this tea make me feel emotionally, or like feel it? Okay, if I don't like this tea, I'm gonna have an orange juice or something. Just understand yourself is crucial. Understand how other people impact you. For example, if someone comes to you and just loads off all their negativity onto you, and you go home as a child, go drained, you know, you have healthy boundaries, because many people will vampirize your energy, and then you go drain. Another thing that I want to mention is many parents also need to go a bit more spiritual, because I've also studied human design, which is something that helped me a lot through the years. There's a lot of projections from parents being made onto kids that are not necessarily healthy. For example, I was always told from my parents, oh, you either need to be a lawyer or a doctor, and that's it. The reason why I'm saying this is very detrimental, and a lot of kids at a very young age actually fall into depression. So if you are a parent, or if your child is in that kind of state, you need to understand what makes them happy instead of what makes you happy. We have to have clear boundaries, and to understand that the spiritual comes, and we all support it. They don't need to do whatever you want them to do. And the emotional traumas kids carry, it actually impacts them when they're adults and through their whole life. So the earlier the better, I would say. And study the chakras, the energy fields within your body. Study crystals, sleep with them. You know, it does help a lot to vibrate higher, or just dance, listen to good music, soulful music. You know, I mean, there's so many things you can do to avoid actually getting into disbalance, because we're bombarded with so much of the media that you can easily get disbalance in one day.
I know. I'm very touched with what you just said, you know, because as you're talking about young children, sometimes parents will put our, let me say, how do I put it? Our frustration on our kids. Maybe we had wanted to be doctors, and because we were not able to, our children have to be.
I experienced this firsthand.
Exactly. And then even though the child wants to be a dancer, in their family, or in quote, being a dancer means you're useless, because they had wanted to be a doctor, so they'll be pushing. So I think it's good, as you said, we allow these children to discover what they are good at, and then what they can do. And it's all about them. Because sometimes I say we bring these children to this world, but you might die and leave them. You know, the future is in their hands. You are just there to guide them, to usher them, order their steps. Basically, that is all you can do. So as you said, it's good we parents allow our kids to discover themselves, and we support them. We can give them the advice on how to live their life, but we shouldn't necessarily force them to do what we want them to do.
Exactly.
I am very, very happy about that. Joseph Apia, a very good afternoon to you. Mercy V, your guest is too much. They like you. Nana Kwame, a very good afternoon to you. Chrissy, I go home. Thank you very much, my love. You know what? I'm very, very excited as well. As we going on in the show, I just wanted to tell us, if people wants to locate you, have you got like a place of your own, an address they can visit you? How can they contact you?
They can contact me, or send me like a message through my website, and then we can go from there, depending on what
is the
need.
Website?
The website is www.leocrystalqueen.com. Everything is Leo Crystal.
Take it easy. Leo Crystal.
Leo Crystal.
Can you spell the Leo so that our viewers can?
L-E-O.
L-E-O.
Leo, yes.
Oh,
Crystal. Because I'm born in July.
Oh,
it's a Leo.
So okay. So repeat it.
www.leocrystalqueen.com.
Viewers, are you listening? Please, you heard it yourself. Well, later, don't come and ask me what is her website, how can I contact her. She said it's www.leocrystalqueen.com. I got it right, isn't it? Yeah. So we are very privileged to have you all on board with us. And once again, have a very good afternoon. Okay. Have you got any sponsorship or like any support system?
Till now, I've only been funding everything myself.
Ooh.
Yes. I am working also on creating a big event. So if anyone is interested to support changing the world, you can always message me on the website. The event will be also to bring the consciousness, to raise the consciousness basically, to invite people from all over the globe that are interested into spirituality, into the metaphysical, as well as we're gonna have speakers, singers. The whole event will be like very powerful.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. Have you got any mentorship? Is there anyone you look up to, or someone who inspired you to do what you're doing?
Mentorship, I would say no. I've always, everything that I do is from my own personal experience. I have read many books, but to be fair, everything is best when you experience it. I've learned way more from my experiences, and I've implemented what I experience into my life through the books, through what I speak. Everything that I speak, it's something I've been through. There's nothing that I haven't been through or seen or felt that it's not there. Hence, that's why the resonance with so many people, because just speaking of what someone else wrote or someone that is a mentor told me, it's not going to resonate with me because it will be their truth, not my truth. But if you ask me for someone who inspired me when I was young, it was always my grandma, because she really believed in me. 100%. I would tell her, Grandma, I want to be a model. And then 5 days later, you know, when you're a child, it's like, now I want to be a film actress. Like, well, what happened with the modeling? And I'm like, you know, I'm going to take on the stage. I'm going to be this and that. She's like, you're going to be everything. Just put all the, you know, she used to tell me, just put it all on a board, vision board. When I was, and I put it on top of my wall. So when I wake up every morning, I would see it there. She said, it's going to manifest one way or another. And actually, everything she said happened. And it's good to have that support when you're a child, because my parents had me when they were very young, when they were in their 20s. So they couldn't really give me that level of support. Hence, that's why everything I do is to support young kids, you know, and in their going into adulthood, because I went through that. And not many parents have the ability to support them in that level. And I've always felt like the outcast in my classmates. You know, when I would go to school, I would be a bit more mature than the rest. And then I always felt connected more with the teachers than the actual kids. So there's always these kids that will be way more mature, that will need different support in the world. So yes, this is basically
so guess from what you said, you build your maturity from childhood because of your upbringing.
Indeed, yes.
And even though you were little, your grandma's support still pushes you at this time, which is amazing. So parents and guardians, we can all see how our words can live with people for many years. I always 100%. Say that if even you leave your house, if you don't have anything good to offer anyone, don't hurt them then. Just leave them, because sometimes words stick with people and harm them. Depends on how you bring it out. It affects them through their lifetime. So as we've heard from Tanya, words sticks, and words can make or break us, or can make it or break you. So we should be able to choose our words wisely as well. Exactly. Carl, any question?
And one thing is the words carry a different vibration, which affects us.
And then you said something about social media. I was like, you know, I was just thinking the last time, like, it looks like social media has come to help us, and in a way too has come to destroy us, because it has sort of turned us into certain commodity. You can destroy someone today to bring yourself up for fame or whatever, and then you can put someone up as well if you want. So we just have to be very careful how we use social media. Sometimes the way we destroy people through social media, the way we speak well about people through social media, is very powerful. So I always say that just go out with positive mind. Some people will just wake up and will go out just to cause trouble, and some people also go out just to make blessing. It depends on how you choose, and what you choose yourself have a negative or a positive effect on yourself. Sometimes you think you might doing something bad to hurt someone, but at the end of the day, you're doing your own self. Exactly. So it's amazing how life goes. There's a saying that whatever goes around comes around. So
exactly.
we have to be very careful, especially with words. I'm very particular about how I choose my words, because as much as they are easy to speak, they are very difficult to amend if you destroy. So we have to be very, very careful how we bring out words. I just want to say, what are your future goals? What are your plans for the future? What have you got in store, especially for the youth? You said you are really into for the youth. What are some of your agendas? Are you going to create like a workshop for them? Because I'm also interested in youth. I like working with children, and anything to do with children, I just love it. So I just want to know, since you are in there for them, what are your plans?
Well, my plans are, and I've always been actually, even before I published the book, was to speak in the schools.
Amazing.
To speak in the schools and to raise the vibration from there, because as you said, the words that we speak are very important. Imagine you go to school and you see this child that has already built himself spiritually strong, and he has all the protection that he needs from within, right?
Yeah.
And then another child comes in and they start bullying him. He will immediately dismiss all these words, because he will know that what he's projecting, it's not the truth, because he believes with his whole core of his being that he's not that person. So he would only smile and just walk over and not take it personally, because the moment you take it personal, you have given your power away. So I want children to be built like that, to be resilient, to find their, as I said, inner power, to speak in the schools, to create more events, to just speaking through my own personal experience and guiding them how to become stronger.
That's an amazing way of being a blessing to them.
It's just getting to the schools is a bit hard, because as we said, they're still so plugged in the 3D matrix, and they're all going through all their curriculums and, you know, things from the 900th century I don't even want to mention. And that's why I'm saying they don't have the support system. They grow up on it's like you're trying to work on Mac 4 and everyone's already using Mac 11, you know, and you're trying to run this computer, but it's not working.
It's not working.
You know, if I have to put it in a more humorous way, this is basically what they're offering to the children. And I'm saying it again from experience, because I graduated nutritionist in Enfield College, and even the teacher that gave me the book said, this is actually very relevant of what I want to teach. And I'm like, so why are you giving me this? Why am I paying for this course, you know? So they actually are aware of that. But how do we change the system? It's changing the consciousness. And then it will change itself.
Okay, viewers, you know, on our when I put the invitation to this program on the Facebook Live, I promised there was going to be a giveaway. And actually, it's true, there's going to be a giveaway. Anybody that will contact Tanya through the MSV show, you are entitled to 10% of any services you require, whether you want to buy the book, Healing Services, or you want her as a motivational speaker during your program or anything. She's going to offer you a 10% deal, and then you will be supported throughout since you come through the show. So, Tanya, maybe you are here, so speak for yourself.
Yes.
So that they will know I'm not lying.
No, you're definitely not lying. Yes, I would offer 10% to anyone who would like to reach out to me. Just say that it's from Home TV and just send me a message via, it can be even on Instagram. It's again Leo Crystal Queen. Everything is Leo Crystal Queen. YouTube. It's easy for you to find me. Just mention Home TV and I'm happy to give the discount.
Exactly. So don't forget, mention Home TV. Home TV to get your 10% discount from Tanya. It's amazing to have you on the show, and
it's a pleasure.
And I'm very grateful. So are all my audience invited to come for the luncheon?
Of course. All of them are invited.
They're all invited.
There will be something for everyone. So
there will be food, though. Everybody.
Everyone's gonna enjoy creperie, a drink.
There will be food. There will be drinks.
Well.
There will be partying.
Yes.
If you want more information about how to get there, just contact me and I'll link you up. I'll link you up to the event. Hopefully, I'm going to be there. So you can join me, whoever wants to go, just link up with me and then we will go. I want to give you an opportunity to pour it out to our audience. Maybe if there is something I have missed, if there is something you want to tell them, whoever you want to greet, this is a space for you. Just give it out. And advice, whatever.
Perfect. Well, one advice I would give is, it's on the first actually page of my book, and it's called "No one is you, and that's your power to change the world." As much as I say that we are all one, which is also true, and I'll touch on that in a moment, we all come here with our gifts and talents that we want to bring into the world, which differentiate us and help us to be unique. But if we understand, again, that we are one, and what I mean by we're one exercise I want to give to everyone that's actually watching now or later after the live. Go onto the mirror and look into the mirror, and I want you to see a goddess or a god within you, because it's looking back into you. Then I want you to go outside on the street and see everyone that you see on the street as yourself, but in a different body, because we are all together, we are one. Once we start understanding this concept that we are all gods and goddesses, we're all kings and queens, we're all one, we're all part of the source, you know, we will have different earth probably tomorrow if everyone wakes up like that. Because we all live through the ego, and once the ego dissolves and we are understanding that we are all one, we're gonna start helping each other tremendously. And we're gonna understand that animals have emotions, you know, flowers, you know, we get so much more connected to each other. And so many people are missing affection, you know, just being affectionate with each other, friends, family, it's very important. So this is what I want to say, is that the law of one, actually, it states that everything that's living and breathing is made from the same source. So we're all one, eventually. We have different bodies, we have different names, but it's basically one source, just manifested through different, you know, bodies. And, you know, if I'm born in July, you're born in August, you know, so it's just like different manifestation of the same thing. So just wanted to leave you with that. If you do have any more questions, I'm happy to answer.
Anyone you want to greet?
Anyone I want to greet? Well,
final words?
Everyone that's looking, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. Hi, Leighton. I know you're watching. Just want to greet my king. And everyone else, friends and family who are watching, just thank you so much for the support, and thank you so much for the invitation.
Oh, you are very, very welcome. Yeah, very excited, isn't it? Carl, anything to ask?
No, it was very insightful. I appreciate you for answering all my questions. And thank you for having me.
Yeah. And then one thing that she said, I was thinking about right now, is about how we all one, and everything that has breath makes an impact. You know, I was just reflecting on what an old lady told me one day. You sometimes when I sit down and I think about it, it looks like it makes sense. She was telling me that even if living things does not talk, it doesn't mean they don't feel.
They do.
I was like, we went through a long chart. She was telling me about the tree she planted, because she's lived in his home for about 50-something. And the woman I'm talking about is in about 80s or 70s going to 80s. And she planted that tree by herself, and she has always believed that that tree takes care of her. And I was like, how do you know that? She said anytime anything is going to go wrong with her, the leaves will just fall down. Since childhood, she's noticed that. And then it came to a time that she wanted to move from the house. The whole week, the branches were down, and she knew that the trees were not happy. And then she was telling me that, do you know, they are living things. I was just looking at her, but they don't talk. They said, yeah, but they are living things. The fact that they don't talk, that doesn't mean they don't feel. And I was just thinking, come and think of it. Trees and plants gives us oxygen for us to take, and we give them carbon dioxide. That means you know, understanding spiritual
It's a
world.
synergy.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's an energy that we are
It's a dance.
transferring.
It's a
But
dance.
sometimes we take things for granted in life. So I'm very inspired, and what you have said have made me like cemented what I've learned about living things and how we treat living things. Yeah.
I can explain in a bit more depth. For
Yeah.
example, if you see a stone,
Yeah.
a stone, we think that it doesn't move. Actually, in reality, everything vibrates. It never stops.
Yeah.
So stones are actually in the so-called first density of the universe. So the first density, you are a stone, and you are experiencing life through that density. You don't have legs to walk, but you're still experiencing. You know, a child can throw you in the river. You know, you still have experience, just like the crystals. Crystals hold
Rivers
energy and
flow,
emotion.
yeah.
Then you go to plants. They're in second density. So plants are actually the one that receive the most photons from the sun and is the best to eat, because the more higher we vibrate, the less animal food we require. We need more plants. So second density is the plants, and then third density is actually the animals, who will then graduate in the fourth density to be having experiences as humans. So, you know, everything goes into a stage where I've probably been a cat in my previous lives, because I just love cats, you know. But I see so much resemblance with my cats, for example, and I'm like, oh, you're such a smart cat. One of my cats is actually like a professor.
Yeah.
She goes in the garden, and instead of going into where the mud is or where the plants are, she goes like a catwalk where the pavement is. Literally does not even put her leg in there. And
Oh,
like,
wow.
she's definitely graduating to be a human very soon. Like, she's learning all the skills from me. But what I'm saying is, like, humans are already, you know, third density. So we're third density, that's why we call 3D matrix. But we're moving from third density to fourth density, where we're going to be vibrating a bit more higher. And actually, in reality, whoever does not vibrate on the same frequency as Earth, because imagine Earth is shifting, and it's like a radio. If you're not resonating with that same frequency of the radio, people will eventually be departing from this world, because they no longer vibrate on a frequency that they can handle. So that's why it's so much important for me to speak about energy. Is you need to be always within the energy of the Earth, because that will keep you here for as long as you're in tune with what's happening.
Does it come about with positivity in life? Or?
Yeah, everything is connected.
And
Everything
love
is connected.
as
Love. Yeah, love is the highest frequency of all. It's everywhere in the universe. When I had my ayahuasca journey, I was told one thing: everything in the universe is made of joy, and with joy. So you should enjoy it, because that's how it is made. And everything is also that we create is through love. So many people have like love relationship and create different things because of love. So once we actually understand it to that level, we are in the flow of just vibrating high.
Yeah, it's true, because God himself created the world through love. Out of love, he created the world. So,
Exactly.
So we all have to flow in the spirit of love, love one another. If you are not ready to love anyone, please don't go hurting people, please. Because sometimes you bring people's energy down, and then you slow their energy as you...
Well, again, you will be hating yourself, because we're all one.
Exactly, you're also one of us. And if you hate someone, you're hating your own self.
Yes.
I just want to say this is where we're going to bring the show to an end. Once again, my name is Mercy V, and I was your host today. I'm very glad and privileged that you stayed on board with us throughout the show. I want to say a very good afternoon to you, and I want to say a very big thank you to you. You are all invited to the launching of the name of the book again.
Ruby Rose.
I just want to show the book. If you guys can see, this is the book. The title of the book is Ruby Rose and the Crystal Palace. Is it on sale at the moment?
Yes, it's already on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Okay. You can get your copies from Amazon, but if you want to get your copy and then you want a 10% discount, please go to her website and then just tell her that you are getting the deal from Home TV, and then you will get the discount. So the title of the book again is Ruby Rose and the Crystal Palace. I've I've got my copies.
This is all yours.
Yeah, it's all mine. You know. I'm going to get it signed, you know. And then if you want to be part of the event, please let me know, and then we will link up and we will all go and support Tanya. It's very important that we support each other, and as we are supporting each other, we are learning and we are gaining as well. Once again, I'm very privileged to have you all on the show. Once again, my name is Messi V, and thank you so much for tuning in to Home TV. Please do not change your dial and keep it right on Home TV. And then see you another time. Bye bye.